warm good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome to this chemistry digital class. As you know that we are doing our chapter 4, that is carbon and its compound. And as we are moving forward in this chapter, more and more important concepts are coming. As in the way of recapitulation, if I'll say, we started the chapter with the introduction of carbon. This you know very well, importance of carbon in our daily life. Then the basic unique properties of carbon, in which catenation, tetravalency, allotropy and covalency is the main characteristics of carbon. After that, we discussed the allotropy of carbon, in which we discussed that there are diamond, graphite and fluorine, 3 allotropes of carbon and their properties. After that, we discussed the covalent character, covalent bond in the carbon, which is mutual sharing of electron. And after that, we studied alkane, alkene and alkyne. From there, we are talking electron dot structure. After electron dot structure, we studied about hydrocarbon, which is the one of the main compound of organic compound, that is compound of carbon and hydrogen, in which we studied that there are different type of organic compound, hydrocarbon and its derivatives, where hydrocarbon is saturated, unsaturated, alkane, alkene, alkyne, then their functional group. After that, we studied the IUPAC, how to give the name to those organic compounds, in which basically 3 steps: word root, number of bond and functional group. These things we have studied, and related to this, one more video as I have shared already, so watch that video also. It will help you to understand the nomenclature. Then in the last video I told you about the isomerism and homologous series. Isomerism is also one of the basic characteristics of carbon, and homologous series is also. In isomerism there are same compound, same molecular formula but different structural, whereas in homologous there are same functional group but different number of carbon. Now after studying this much, now we are almost in the end of the basic chemical properties of carbon compound. Today we are going to study about chemical property. Dear students, if I will tell about the chemical properties, a little bit that you need to understand what is chemical property. All the organic compounds that have characteristics chemical property, but these are observed during a reaction in which the chemical composition or identify the compound is changed or not. Identity of compound is changed or not. As chapter 1 you have studied, that is chemical reaction and equation. In this chemical reaction and equation you have studied so many type of chemical. In those chemical reaction where reactant is changed into product, and how we will come to know the product is changed when there is some changes, when the identity of compound is changed, then we can come to know the chemical characteristics is there and chemical changes are there. The important chemical property of organic compounds are combustion, oxidation reaction, substitution reaction and addition reaction. It means that especially in case of carbon compound, this chemical property we are studying under these 4 different type of reaction, that is combustion. Combustion word is not a new word for you, dear students, because in 8th class also you have studied heat chapter. In heat chapter you studied about that whenever we are going to burn something, okay, it will produce heat as well as some gas. So if we will talk about carbon, all the allotropic form of carbon, when it burn to oxygen, like if I will take example of carbon wood, okay, coal, or if we will take example of methane, that is hydrocarbon, or if I will take example of butane, that is also hydrocarbon. When we are going to burn all these type of carbon, it will burn in the presence of oxygen always. So what we'll get, somewhere it will produce CO2 plus energy in the form of heat. Take one example from your daily life, like you are burning a wood. Wood will burn only in the presence of oxygen. Okay, when you will burn the wood, then what you are getting, you will get smoke. That smoke is somewhere carbon dioxide. With smoke there is a heat also. Okay, nowadays it is starting winter, so in winter we are burning wood. Whether you burn wood, whether you burn kerosene, whether you burn any fuel, whether you burn methane, it will always produce carbon dioxide. But especially with carbon, it is producing carbon dioxide and energy. But when we have hydrogen also, we are burning hydrocarbon. In this case Then when hydrocarbon will burn with oxygen, it will produce CO2 plus H2O. Now you need to balance it. If there is 4 hydrogen, it means that 2 water molecule will be there. And when 2 water molecule is there, so then how many carbon is there? 1 carbon. So plus oxygen, O2 plus O also going to give 2. So there are 4 oxygen, 2 plus 2, 4 oxygen. There are 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. In this case, you will get some more. So combustion is simply, it is the when carbon burn in oxygen to give carbon dioxide an enormous amount of energy, which is liberating in the form of heat and light. So it means that if conclusion of combustion we will take out, the conclusion is that it produces carbon dioxide and heat and energy or light. It produces heat and energy or light. Some of the example is given here in combustion. First, combustion. When carbon will react with oxygen, it will produce carbon dioxide and energy. Most of the carbon compound also burn in oxygen and release a large amount of energy to form heat and light. The process of burning any substance in air and release energy is known as combustion. The process of burning any substance in air and to release energy is known as combustion. All the hydrocarbon burn rapidly in excess of air and oxygen and get oxidized to carbon dioxide and water. So combustion of methane is CH4 plus 2O2. Hydrocarbon will burn with 2 oxygen. It will produce carbon dioxide plus 2 molecule of water plus energy. So you can see the most common in every case there is energy. You can see energy and carbon dioxide. It means that one thing is there, H2. One thing is there, whenever we are going to burn any hydrocarbon, it will produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. But when especially we will burn simple carbon in the presence of oxygen, it will produce carbon dioxide and energy only. There is no water because there is no hydrogen. Okay. One of the major property that you can see whenever we are burning any gaseous fuel, which is hydrocarbon or which is carbon, with other solid or liquid fuel, it vaporizes on heating and produce flame on burning, like this kind of flame. And dear student, whenever you are burning, suppose any kind of fuel, you might observe that there is different color of flame, like LPG gas. When LPG gas, you will see carefully, you will see LPG gas is burning with different color. Now it is your task. You will burn LPG, make a video and explain the color of that flame. Okay, and which hydrocarbon is there in LPG, that also you have to tell me. Now second case is oxidation reaction. In oxidation reaction there is simple gain of oxygen that we have studied in chapter 2 also. Chapter 1 also, that is oxidation. And in case of oxidation, the various carbon compound are oxidized in the presence of reagent like oxidizing agent. These agents are capable of giving nascent oxygen. Hence such reagent can easily oxidize carbon compound and themselves get oxidized. So the product oxidation of carbon compound depend on the strength of oxidizing agent. Alcohol on oxidation with strong oxidizing agent like KMnO4 in acidic and alkaline medium, or acidified K2Cr2O7 form carboxylic acid. Ethanol on heating with alkaline KMnO4 acidified K2Cr2O7, it get oxidized to form ethanoic acid. Mean very simple. We come to know ethanol CH3 CH2OH. When it will oxidize, it burn in the presence of oxidation, oxygen, that is called oxidation. Now oxygen is going to be added in the presence of alkaline KMnO4. ये आपको याद करना पड़ेगा dear student. This you need to keep in your mind, and heat it will convert into CH3COOH. It means that ethanoic acid. Okay, so very simple conversion is there. It will convert, mean oxidation reaction. In oxidation reaction, the alcohol will convert into carboxylic acid. Ethanol will convert into ethanoic acid. Methanol will convert into methanoic acid. Similar way, whether it is KMnO4 or one more reagent is there, that is K2Cr2O7. So this type of mechanism will come in your future classes also. So due to oxidation, the gain of oxygen, ethanol will change into ethanoic acid. That is first chemical property. That is second chemical property. Now third chemical property is substitution reaction. Substitution reaction is a replacement of hydrogen by any functional group. It means that now we will replace hydrogen by any of the functional group. So for example, in this reaction, some other atom or group replace one or more hydrogen atom of hydrocarbon, and alkane are saturated hydrocarbon that do not contain any weak unsaturated bond. So alkane are quite unreactive and cannot undergo addition reaction. So for example, CH4, that is methane, CH4 methane plus Cl2, when in the presence of sunlight, chlorine will replace one hydrogen. It will give CH3 Cl plus HCl. It means that change into chloromethane. Okay, chloromethane. So methyl chloride you can say. So this process is called chlorination. This process is called chlorination. Similar way, any other reactant also can replace. So in this process, if I will say, so one hydrogen will replace by one chlorine, and it will come as CH4 will change into CH3, and one chlorine will attach with in place of that or substitute in place of that. Hope so you are understanding. If I will give open structure idea, so that is Cl. Now you can see one Cl will attach with hydrogen. It will replace with hydrogen, and this hydrogen will form a bond with this chlorine. So it becomes CH3Cl plus HCl. Okay, that is substitution reaction. Now addition reaction. In addition reaction, there is a conversion of unsaturated hydrocarbon into saturated hydrocarbon. It means that double bond or triple bonded carbon will convert into single bonded carbon. In this reaction, unsaturated hydrocarbon combine with other reagent to give a single product. Alkene or alkyne will change into alkane. So let's take example. Alkene will react with H2. So this is ethene will react with hydrogen. In the presence of nickel, it will change into CH3. That is ethane. It will change into ethane. Similar way, CH triple bond CH will change into 2H2, and in the presence of nickel, it will change into CH3. That is ethane. Okay. Now here, dear students, one thing that I want to tell you, addition reaction is changing unsaturated into saturated. That is, for example, in your home, that vegetable oil is there. Vegetable oil means ghee is there, which when it will burn or heat in the presence of nickel and in the presence of hydrogen, it will convert into Banaspati ghee. And this question is coming so many times, how we can convert Banaspati oil into Banaspati ghee in the presence of catalyst, that is nickel, by hydrogenation process, by addition process. Okay, so with this we can convert double bonded, triple bonded carbon compound into single bonded carbon compound. So this is all about the chemical properties of if I'll tell hydrocarbons. So basically, once again I'm recapitulating. In chemical property of hydrocarbons, basically four reactions are there: combustion, oxidation reaction, substitution reaction, and addition reaction. In which, in combustion, we are burning the carbon in the presence of oxygen and producing carbon dioxide and energy. So it means that it is a simple process that in our day-to-day life it is happening. Second, oxidation reaction, where gain of oxygen will change alcohol into carboxylic acid. It change ethanol into ethanoic acid in the presence of KMNO4, K2Cr2O7. Out of these two, you can take any one. Third is substitution reaction, in which one hydrogen will replace by any of the functional group, like here chlorine is replacing, convert simple methane into chloromethane. Okay, this is called chlorination process. In the last, addition reaction, where conversion of unsaturated hydrocarbon into saturated hydrocarbon, means double or triple bonded carbon will change into single bonded carbon in the presence of nickel. Or you can say vegetable oils will convert into Banaspati ghee. Okay, so this is all about the chemical properties of carbon compound. Hope so you like this video and you enjoyed. Watch this video 2-3 times for better understanding, and write down the notes in your notebook. Okay, and feel free to ask me for your doubts. Okay, so thank you. Thanks for watching, and thank you very much.